All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here for yet another interview for the Oceanic Challenger League Stage 3. Heading into Playdate 2, we've pulled in Facecreeam from Forsaken 5 and Zain from the Funky Monkeys to have a bit of a chat with us. Both of you come into Week 2 having picked up a win in your first week over some pretty big opponents. Look, I mean, let's not discount the performance that you pulled out. Facecreeam yourself got an ace in the opening round of your match. They set the standards high. Zain, the Funky Monkeys came storming into the third stage. We weren't sure what to make of them after that, bowing out of the, the playoffs in stage 2. But having seen the performances of your opponents and, experienced the performance you guys yourselves put up onto the table, with the upsets that did happen, do you reckon this could be a common theme throughout stage 3? Or is it just, sort of a one-off, week 1, the rust still coming off and it's just happened?
Well, with week 1, we're obviously playing with Angmo with little practice, and we're just looking to get better and better with every match coming, especially when we get Jake on board. We should be able to pull off a lot more upsets throughout the season.
Yeah, I don't think it's upsets anymore. I don't think you can leave that in if you want. I don't think upsets are the way you talk about it anymore, to be honest. I think everyone's coming to this stage with a lot to prove, and a lot of teams have proven it. Like, it was real good after all those games. Everyone's sort of just messaging each other and congratulating each other, because I think a lot of the bottom 4 teams were all quite close and we know each other. So I think it's good to see some of those boys getting their time in the limelight. So I'm looking forward to just a real competitive stage, eh? It's going to be a lot closer this stage for sure.
Fair. Look, yeah, we've seen also Facecreeam some interesting maps for week 1, being kind of Chalet, being a very predominant one. You guys unfortunately didn't get as much of an entertaining map, being Oregon against Big Dogs.
Oregon, yeah.
A bit of Oregon, but look, given the fact that obviously the whole competitive pool has been also rehashed and 3 maps did get a few of the reworks, do you reckon we are going to be finally taking kind of a step back from the whole kind of Oregon clubhouse meta, or is it still going to be predominantly that, but we're going to be seeing something like Chalet a little bit on a more frequent basis?
I think it's going to... Yeah, I mean, Chalet and Bank and Coastline being reworked as well. I think people are going to want to play them more. And I think those maps kind of suit the meta that a lot of teams in our region play in, especially in Challenger League. So I think you're right, Cthulhu. I think we're going to see those maps more. But that's why you just got to work on every map and make sure you're comfortable and structured on that map, and then it doesn't matter, really. It's what we try to do. Just try to have every map under our belt the best that we can, and then see what happens. But yeah, you are right, man. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
And Zay, look, coming into week 1, we know this is not the 100% Funky Monkeys that we should be expecting by the end of the stage. Angmo is playing the next 2 play days as well until Jake does turn 18 and can jump in. And I mean, you pick up your first win, you go to overtime on a map like Chalet. With Angmo in that roster, I mean, as soon as Jake comes in, do we see that accelerate? Do we see do you reckon you will be feeling more comfortable and more dominant closing out the stage? Or is it a case of this is the level you're setting for yourselves and you just want to maintain it throughout?
Yeah, definitely. We did make quite a lot of mistakes on that first game on Chalet. We definitely should have ended that with a 3-point salvo. But yeah, when we get Jake in, we definitely have a lot more synergy with him in the team, and everything should be flowing a lot more smoothly once he gets on board.
All right. Fair enough. Now, gentlemen, this one opens up a little bit more of a ground for a bit of a banter. Now that you've seen your opponents, so for Facecreeam, that will be Funky Monkeys. For you, Zain, it will be the Forsaken 5, play during week 1. You've seen how they've played it out. What do you reckon coming into week 2? What is going to be kind of the weakest part of the performance that you could utilize going into the matchup? Obviously, without revealing too many of the important strats.
I don't know. I think we want to keep that stuff close to our chest and just bring that out in the game. But yeah, I mean, we've gone away and watched the Funky Monkeys play a bit, but they've changed a lot from last stage, and we've only got their game from last week, which they played really well in. So we'll just we'll see how it plays out on the map, I guess.
All right, Zain.
Same goes. We don't want to reveal too much. Keep our trade secrets.
Fair enough.
Well, I mean, look, humble, close to the chest, however you want to put it. Like, coming into this stage, both teams find yourselves in position. If you do make relegations, it's gonna have to be a miracle run. I think both teams in those situations will have to take out first with Fury, Big Dogs, and potentially Packwatch finishing bottom 3. But I mean, look, stage 3, the goal for you guys: avoid relegation, sort of stay as high as you can. And I did ask, some of the teams like that are sitting in, that top 4 contention for promotions. What's the thoughts behind potentially playing wildcard in that promotion tournament? What's it like for you guys, where the reality is that you could possibly have wildcard in the comp pool against you going into 2022?
I'll be honest, I don't know that they'll be called wildcard if they end up in Challenger League anymore. But yeah, I get the feeling that if that happened, those boys would go and look for other options than play in Challenger League. I'll be honest there, because they're all individually world-class players. So I'm not going to say sink to our level, because I think we play a really good Siege down here. But they've got that experience, so there'll be a lot of shake-ups in rosters if they end up getting kicked out, I think. So we'll see.
And your thoughts, Zain?
I definitely agree with Facecream. Like, I mean, even if they do decide to stick in playing OCL, they'll probably still have their South spot, since they've definitely been doing a lot better in South than they have been in OCN. So if they stick with their South, they might just stick in OCL and just play it out, and definitely probably won't put as much time and effort into it. So obviously it's not the same level as OCN, but definitely be interesting to compete against them if they do end up playing in OCL.
Well, best of luck, gentlemen, going into Playdate 2. You're both sitting on a win, so someone is going to have to come out the loser on this one. It's obviously a matter of whether or not it goes to overtime, but you guys can check in, catch the lads playing in Playdate 2 of the Oceanic Challenger League. The 28th of September is when Playdate 2 kicks off, but until then, we look forward to seeing more of these interviews coming through. Make sure you check out the content, like and subscribe, and boys, we'll see you on the Playday.
Later.